Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We are all George. So in this late night session, I want to cover the big news of tonight, and that is, that actually is. I was gonna say, Kevin O'Leary buys Bitcoin, but that's actually not the big news of the night. Obviously, it's Bitcoin's recovery. Bitcoin is finally coming back up. So I do want to talk about the long-term outlook of Bitcoin. I found some new data that kind of shows where Bitcoin is heading to end of 2021 and past 2021. So I want to talk about that. Also, of course, do talk about Shark Tank, Mr. O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, his buying of Bitcoin, and cover a few other pieces of news that I think you guys will enjoy. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter and Facebook so you don't miss out on any of my live streams. And tomorrow will be 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Don't miss it. All right. So, Paul, thank you for that. Those of you guys that's already here, it's a Sunday night. People are feeling a little bit better. So let me change my screen for you guys. Now, I am feeling a bit tired because some of you guys know from my earlier stream, I thought my water heater broke. No, it was my sump pump. And that's much worse because my basement was like flooded with 1 inch of water. Had to deal with that. And man, I'm really beat. But anyways, I feel like I feel compelled to do a stream anyways. because there is a lot of things going on. Well, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 46,500, so definitely better than this morning when it was down to 44, 43, and a lot of people were just thinking that it was going to go down to, people were predicting 38, 42, whatever. You know what, Bitcoin is stronger than what people think, and it could turn around at any given time. This morning's video was about 4 bullish news or bullish events that was going to come this week, and I do believe that it is true, and that is why we are seeing a turnaround. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow will definitely be an interesting day. Opening day. What is the stock market going to do? What is the institutional investors? What are they going to do, right? Are they going to pump up Bitcoin? Are we going to see a big recovery tomorrow? Well, we don't have to wait much longer. But right now, things are looking much, much better. And because of Bitcoin coming up, of course, altcoins, a lot of them are in the green right now. Cardano is still a beast, of course, but you see that there is a good recovery, at least for some of the altcoins. So there are still a lot of bargains. I've been talking about bargains and bargains, right? How you want to buy the dips. You want to buy when things low. You want to buy low and sell high. You don't want to do the opposite, right? So hopefully you guys have been taking advantage and you've been staying strong. You haven't been panic selling. And I do get a lot of feedback from people saying, hey, if it wasn't for you, I would have panic sold already. And I'm really glad I listened to you because things are coming back up. So I'm glad to hear it. That's what we want. Collectively, we want to help each other. We want to basically prevent newcomers into space from making the same mistakes that we've all made in the past, which is, get flooded out, basically, right? Fall to our emotions, and that's not what we want. So things are looking much better. Now, let's talk about this Shark Tank news. Not really. It has nothing to do with Shark Tank, but everyone knows Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. So he reverses his stance on Bitcoin. Now he says crypto's here to stay, and he revealed that 3% of his portfolio is invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yes, he did a 180. So a lot of you guys know that Kevin O'Leary, kind of like a dick on Shark Tank, but if you listen to some of his his podcasts and just videos he have done on YouTube, he actually sounds like a pretty chill guy. But I think he has to put on this facade when he goes on TV, right? Being like a hard ass or something like that. And he has said some very, very bad things about Bitcoin in the past, including last month when he said he won't invest in Bitcoin because it's a giant nothing burger. That's a really descriptive way to describe Bitcoin. Yet a month later, that was just back in January. So just a month before, he said he'll never invest in Bitcoin because it's just a giant nothing burger. And now, what a 180, right? So sometimes you can't really believe what people are saying. Yes, it could be because Bitcoin has come up so much, he just simply can't ignore it anymore. That could be the reason. Or he was saying one thing but doing something else behind the scenes, right? This is something that we have seen a lot of media or people that take advantage of the media. They'll say one thing, right, to drive FUD, drive fear, or to make you look away, yet they're doing something else behind the scenes, right? And that's what it kind of looks like. Because Kevin O'Leary, he's a smart guy. So everything he said about Bitcoin, I always took it with a grain of salt. I'm like, nah, I don't think that's actually true. I don't think he actually thinks that. Right? And there was a video from him years ago in 2013 where he actually went on some broadcast and talked about the benefits of Bitcoin and how once it surpassed $1 billion, he was interested. Well, what about surpassing $1 trillion? Maybe that changed his mind, right? So yeah, this is the big story of today or this afternoon. I don't know how big it is. You know, it's not really a big surprise. All right, what about our friends at F2 Pool? So, I know a lot of you guys want to know about that. So, I saw this. So, this guy, Kai Ki Young Ju, he is the CEO of CryptoQuant. And recently, CryptoQuant has been doing PR, damage control for F2 Pool. They are the ones that have went out on a limb and said that the mining outflow or the Bitcoin outflow from F2 Pool is not from F2 Pool, it's from the miners. They're trying to rescue F2 Pool. I'm guessing F2 Pool has some kind of relationship with CryptoQuant, or they paid them off handsomely because the two, I've been told, are trying to start some campaign, some damage control campaign, saying that they are not responsible for Bitcoin dumping, yet the data keeps showing so. Pretty soon, it will not surprise me if CryptoQuant altogether just removes F2 Pool data. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that you can't ignore. So he tweeted this, and he wants to basically make himself look really smart by doing this. Yeah, if you have Coinbase outflow, that means going to cold wallets, strong buy. Coinbase Premium, that means it's a buy, right? That means a lot of people are buying on Coinbase. What about BTC whales? Well, if the BTC reserves on exchanges go down, then it's a buy. Stable inflow transactions, it's a buy. That means a lot of people are buying, depositing stable coins, right? Here's the thing. Look at this one. Miner outflows, sell. Miner to exchange flows, sell. Yes, that is true. That's what I've been paying attention. That's what I've been telling you guys, right? But look at this. He tweets a graph of all miners outflow. All miners, not F2 Pool, all miner outflow. So take a look at this chart that he tweeted, right? He shows outflow of 3251 right here. You see a big dump over here. You see a big dump over here. And he wants you to think that it's all miners outflowing. This is what it looks like from F2 Pool. Do you notice the similarities? You should, because it's identical. It's not all miners. It's coming from one mining pool, and that is F2 Pool. This is identical to this. This is what I've been showing. No other miners, no other pool has any significant outflows except F2 Pool. Yes, they are identical. They are identical. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, if he's trying to protect F2 Pool, he did a horrible job, or he thinks that no one wants to check his data, because this all miners outflow is basically identical to the outflow from F2 Pool. So I don't know what's going on with K Young Ju. I mean, he's supposed to be objective, right? I mean, if he really could separate out the addresses between F2 Pool's own address and all the miners' addresses and how they're different, well, he should just share the addresses, or he should split it out. Who are these miners? But you know what? He's not doing that. So there's something going on, and it's not something that I like. So just want to let you guys just want to inform you guys that this is not something that's made up. This is not a coincidence. There's one mining pool that has large amounts of outflows, and whenever that happens, Bitcoin goes down. It's simple as that, right? It could be a whale, it could be whales, it could be F2 pool, it could be a combination of all of them. I don't know, but it has to do with F2 pool. So that is certain. That is certain. All right. So that's an update on F2 pool. So obviously, I think what's going on is they have either lightened up the load, or there's just a lot of buying going on. So I'm going to refresh this. Let's take a look together. I'm going to move my camera. So let's take a look at this. Besides this, I've been telling you guys about how I think the whale or whales are getting smarter. So they're just doing a lot more dumping than like a big dump like this. So if you add this up, it's still very significant. So you could see that there was a lot here the day afterwards, right? You could see there's a significant amount here. But it does seem like it's ramping up a little bit. So despite the fact that Bitcoin has come up to about 46,000, you could see that they are still outflowing quite a bit. You could see how this is still a lot more than, say, the 19th and 20th over here, where it was much smaller volume, right? Much smaller volume in terms of outflow. So there is definitely something still going on. But it shows you that if Bitcoin is recovering, simply that can mean that there's just more buying pressure at this point, that a lot of people are anticipating very good things for this coming week, right? Simply, it could be as simple as that. But obviously, we got to keep paying attention and try to figure out who is this person or who is this entity that is doing this, and we need to put a stop to it. But ultimately, what we need to do, like I've been saying, is just stay strong, don't panic, follow the strategy of dollar cost averaging and hodling, and you'll end up being fine, right? All right, what else is there? Let's uncover some more FUD. So here, recently, there's been a lot of talk about how Bitcoin, or Bitcoin miners specifically, since we're on the topic of Bitcoin miners, that it consumes so much electricity that it's so mind-boggling that it's really a concern. That Bitcoin is basically utilizing all this energy to create fake digital Bitcoins that really serves no purpose. And if you look at this headline, it consumes more electricity than Argentina. Here's the thing. When you look at a story or article like this, it does sound like, hey, you know what? Maybe they're talking some sense. Maybe this is one of the downfalls of Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin is taking too much electricity. That's why proof of stake is better. Maybe proof of work sucks. And that's why maybe this will be the demise of Bitcoin. Well, let's take a look at this. Someone just posted this, and I wanted to just give you guys an idea of where Bitcoin mining is. So as you can see, Christmas lights over here, fiat currency printing over here. You can see Bitcoin here. And then you can see gaming. Yes, there's a lot of gamers out there. A lot of gamers that's running GPUs and utilizing crazy rigs. And then you look at gold mining. So Bitcoin mining, as much electricity as it's consuming, is not consuming as much as mining gold. So how come there's no articles about how gold mining consumes more electricity than Argentina? Why do we not hear about that? And why do we not hear about the banking system of the world basically consuming 10 times the amount of energy of Bitcoin? See, this is how you can tell. This is FUD, right? These kind of articles are created to make you doubt Bitcoin. If you didn't know any better, if you didn't do any homework, you would think, oh, maybe this is true. Maybe this is really bad. Well, guess what? There's a lot of things that's much worse than Bitcoin, but you never hear about it, right? No one wants to hear about how the banking system of the world consumes 10 times more electricity than Bitcoin, which consumes more electricity than, say, 10 countries combined. No one wants to hear that because no one cares. No one cares, right? But you'll hear stories about that with Bitcoin. So FUD, right? FUD, you want to ignore it. Money Team asks, why is there so many ADA haters? Probably because they're not bag holders. That's the easiest. That's probably the easiest explanation. Because they're not holding any bags of ADA and they feel jealous. All right. So before I show you some long-term charts or long-term trajectory of where Bitcoin is going, I want to address this too, because I do think this is kind of, it's not FUD, but it's misdirection. Recently, this made headlines, and I even covered this. Dubai-based crypto investment fund to convert $750 million of Bitcoin into Cardano and Polkadot. And many, many, many people saw this as a very, very, very bullish news about Cardano and Polkadot. This is the first time ever you heard about an investment company that is actually selling off Bitcoin for altcoins. Because up until now, every single one has been buying Bitcoin. Only talking about Bitcoin or maybe a little bit about Ethereum, but no one else right now from the investment world, Wall Street, hedge funds, wherever, is talking about selling Bitcoin for Cardano and DOT. So I saw someone talk about this. I decided to do some research. Is this really valid? Well, here's the thing. This investment fund, you know what, was created only 2 weeks ago. So there's two serial entrepreneurs. I don't know how they accumulate $1 billion, right? But they started this fund only 2 weeks ago. Okay, so who knows if they even bought $1 billion of Bitcoin to begin with. It could have been that they're still waiting to buy, and they're simply just buying 750 million of Cardano and Polkadot. So I think this is a big, big misdirection, right? I'm not trying to say Cardano and Polkadot is bad, but this is a huge misdirection that people didn't pay attention to. You would look at this and you would figure, oh, this investment fund has maybe been in Bitcoin for years, and maybe they changed their mind now after years. But no, they started 2 weeks ago. This is a press release from them, February 12th of 2021. So yeah, this is a big, giant misdirection, right? And again, you could kind of say it's fought against Bitcoin, right? Because it's making people doubt whether or not they should have Bitcoin, right? So yeah, I guess it is fought against Bitcoin, and it's a giant misdirection. So sometimes you just gotta do your homework. You can't just read headlines, because obviously you read this from news.bitcoin.com. You read through this, there's no mention that this fund was only created 2 weeks ago. So there you go. I wanted to share that with you guys. All right, what else is there? Okay, now let's move on to some of the good stuff. So I found a news site that has a lot of interesting charts or projections of where Bitcoin will go. So here's one that a lot of you guys know, stock to flow. Stock to flow, this calculates how many Bitcoins is out there versus how many is created. And this is kind of taken like from traditional precious metals like gold. But you know what? This was applied to Bitcoin, and you could see that we are right on track. We're not only right on track, we're about halfway through this bull market. Maybe not even halfway. I would say maybe a third of the way. So if you look at the previous cycle from 2013 to 2017, where it went from like very, very, very light green, okay, down to blue, right? Light blue, that's probably the worst. And then heavy, like darker blue. Then it goes to orange, and then yellow, and then light green, and then more green, right? So now this is our current cycle. We went through the same thing. And now you can see we just barely turned orange, which would put us right here. That would be equivalent last time in this cycle when we just turned barely orange was when Bitcoin hit $1,200. So think about that. So that was when Bitcoin hit $1,200 and then went from $1,200 to $20,000. So right now we just turned orange and Bitcoin is at $46,000. So Do the math. Where is that going to put Bitcoin? Well, according to the stock to flow, the next stop for Bitcoin should be around $100,000. But you could see that we're getting really, really, really close. So to me, it seems like we're going to shoot well past $100,000, which is what a lot of people expect by the end of the year. $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 by the end of the year. That is why I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin and also crypto overall. My estimation is 100,000 by the end of April, and we haven't hit March yet. And I do think that is coming. I honestly think that's coming. And after we hit 100,000, you know what? Hitting 200,000 is right around the corner, right? So this is definitely very, very positive. We're right on track. And you can see when you zoom out, you don't see any volatility, okay? These 20 and 30% drops, you don't really see it. That's the way it should be. Now, what else is there? Here's one that measures the 200 weekly moving average. This is one that a lot of traders, the guys who follow the technicals, they study the 200 weekly moving average. And it's good to look at because when Bitcoin has like a big fall, you could see that traditionally it has always stuck at, it dropped to a point of the 200 weekly moving average. And you could see that according to their dots, right? Of course, the peak would be around red. And it goes from green to yellow, then orange and red. And according to this, the 200 weekly moving average is definitely moving higher, right? And we're barely in the green. Barely in green. So compared to stock to flow, yeah, it kind of shows that we're maybe like a third way in, something like that. But also shows a lot of room to grow. What else is there? Well, here's a logarithmic growth curve. Previous cycles in this logarithmic chart. And it does show that, we're on our way. This projects Bitcoin to be at $100,000, but you can see that we're really, really close. So we could shoot well past it. But also shows that everything is right on track. So that's good. And lastly, they have something called the realized HODL ratio. Yes, RHODL ratio. And they have a very complicated equation that they applied this to. And whenever you see Bitcoin in the green, that means it's a good buying opportunity. And when it's in the red, that means it's not a good buying opportunity, that it could be turning down. And you can see where we are now. We're not in the red. We're nowhere near the red. So we definitely have a lot more room to grow. So based on these four factors, long term, it's not even long term. Let's just say midterm, because we're already like in March now, right? Tomorrow's March. So we have 9 months left of this year. And I do expect great things within these 9 months, right? So that's why I've been saying these past few days, this week, right? 20, 30% drops are normal, are perfectly normal. And afterwards, after Bitcoin makes the next leg up, no one remembers these drops anymore. No one remembers what happened at 10,000. Do you guys remember what happened at 10,000? No, I don't remember. I barely remember what happened at 20,000, only because I've been showing the charts with you guys. No one remembers that. Once Bitcoin gets to 100,000, no one's going to remember that we fell from 58,000 down to 43,000, right? That's just how it is. So that's why you need to HODL. And that's why you need to not panic. All right, that's pretty much it. I'll turn to you guys for some Q&A. I saw some super chats. Drew Delgado, appreciate that big one. WB Transport Solano. I think you mean Solana, right? Not Solano. Solana. Solana's good. I like that project quite a bit. A lot of dApps, a lot of DeFi projects that's moving to Solana, and they just got a huge investment. They didn't get a huge investment, but a trading platform the trading platform got a huge investment, and they're on top of Solana. Do you mean ETH? Fernando asks, what is your realistic price prediction for EHT? You mean ETH, right? I'm guessing you mean ETH. Yeah, Bitcoin goes up 10x, then Ethereum's gonna go up 10x, right? I mean, I think that's the minimum. So Bitcoin goes to 460,000, then Ethereum's gonna go to 14,000, right? It may get a little weaker because Cardano is so hot and Polkadot is so hot and Binance Chain is so hot. So they could be eating away at Ethereum, but Ethereum will still come up. There's still a lot of loyal followers of Ethereum. I think they're going to do just fine. Geo, the godson, appreciate it. We're all Georges. Binance Smart Chain, CAF Swap Finance, Brew Tokens, audited, nice roadmap. Is that 2 projects or 1 project? I think it's too small, man. Yeah, it's only on PancakeSwap. Like I've always said, if you're looking for a new DeFi play that can go up tremendously, you want to make sure that it's listed on Binance. Because if it's not going to get that pumpability. So I'm going to say this is too early. And until it gets added on Binance, you're not going to see it pump. UNFI, I have no idea what they are. Unified Protocol DAO. So offers user ability to develop DeFi solutions for their enterprise. All right. So it is on Binance. Pretty good. United blockchains through DeFi. Start mining up. So this doesn't look like it's anything towards businesses. So that description on CMC is totally off. So it seems like they help you create yield farms. It seems like that's what they're doing with multiple chains. I don't know. It could be a hidden gem. I have to look more into it. I don't quite understand it yet. It definitely doesn't fit a description of helping businesses get into DeFi. Shadow Ban Refugee, appreciate that. Ted asks, you don't need to shout, Ted. Can you talk about Orion Protocol? I like Orion Protocol. I covered them recently. I think they're pretty good. I forgot what I was going to say. If you look at what they have, like their terminal is built on Elrond, but you look at some of the other things that they have is built on, they utilize a lot of different chains. They utilize WAN chain for atomic swaps, Elrond for fast transactions. Also, a lot of their things are also built on Holochain, and they're the main DEX provider for Holochain. So they're kind of interesting. They work with a lot of different blockchains, utilize them to their full potential, but they also offer a DEX, staking, liquidity pool, all that stuff. So Orion is actually pretty interesting project. It's a little bit complicated, especially if you see something like this, 16 revenue streams. But once you get past it, it's actually pretty good. What else is there? What's your opinion? Dane asks, what's your opinion on KuCoin tokens and their future blockchain, KuChain? I didn't know they were actually coming out the KuChain. That would be big. But KCS has always been, when they came out, they were the second exchange to come out after BNB. They kind of tried to copy BNB and made things a little bit better. So token holders do actually get rewarded just by holding on. Also, there is token burning, and if they have a coup chain, that'll be pretty big. But they're not that big of an exchange, so it's gonna be hard for them to draw on DApp makers. But I think with exchange tokens heating up, KuCoin token is definitely a good one. And plus, if you guys are looking for a good exchange to go on outside of Binance, KuCoin is a good one. It's a good one. And I do have a referral link in my description for those guys that may be looking at that. CKB, I haven't done research into it yet. I know Voyager added Nervos. I have not had a chance to really do a deep dive yet. Ernesto, why does everyone keep asking about Algorand? There's not that much going on. They're a promising blockchain with a smart leader, but they're definitely not as exciting as, say, Elrond or Terra or some of these other chains that just have a lot going on. But yet a lot of people keep asking about Algorand. I can't honestly say I'm very excited about it, but it could be good. It could be good. EBS, if you could put 100K in one coin, what would it be? I mean, easy. Bitcoin. That's it. Done. You don't have to worry about it. Just put it in there. LYXE. No idea what this is. The blockchain for new digital lifestyle. What does that mean? Multiverse blockchain network where worlds of fashion, gaming, design, and social media intersect. That seems like it's too broad. It's on KuCoin, so that's good. Multiverse, the beginning of new. Okay. So created by Ethereum developer. Okay. I don't know. Another promising blockchain, I guess. But I don't know how this differs from any of the other ones. So can't really tell you right off the bat. It could be good. It could be good. Relatively small on KuCoin. I'll look into it. Joshua asks, do you believe one project on a chain can lift the entire project? Yeah, of course. If that project turns out to be huge, then yeah. I mean, remember NFTs. NFTs, before it was big, CryptoKitties was huge. And that consumed so much gas fees on Ethereum because that was really the only dApp that was used. This was before DeFi got hot, right? After ICOs, the thing that was hot was CryptoKitties. That was running on Ethereum. That brought a lot of attention to Ethereum. So yeah, it could definitely happen. WBS, Trust Swap. I don't know too much about Trust Swap. Is this one that's using, no. Yeah, I get confused. There's like Trust Swap, AnySwap, and there's another swap. Basically, they're all, their whole thing is they can allow you. They're basically like a real simple DEX. They allow you to swap between tokens, but you have to make sure that there's enough liquidity, right? So it's one of those things. It does not excite me at all. Aave 4 called Agave on layer 2 launched this morning on XDAI. Jay, is all you like shill about is XDAI? Okay, great. That sounds great. Chain games. No idea. Maybe gambling. Win battle earn live esport contest. I just covered one that does this. Available games. Yeah, so okay, so they're basically a platform that allows you to bet on esports. That's what it looks like. And I don't know how real this partnership with Atari is, but yeah, okay. No, I guess not too bad. Not too bad. But there are a lot of other projects that's getting into this. I invested in some ICOs that was supposed to do this, and none of them took off. And I think betting in general, it's a little taboo depending on where you live. It could be outlawed. It's not available, right? So I don't know. It could be good. In terms of exchange, it's not so good. So that may be holding it back. I don't know too much about benchmark protocol. Can't comment on that. Michael says, sold alts to put money back into BTC. Better to hold BTC and fewer alts than too many alts. Your FUD therapy. Good. It really depends. Yeah, if sometimes you get too diversified, of course, if they don't move as much as Bitcoin, then you're losing BTC value. You have to make sure you hold just the right amount and the right ones. I think that's more important. And make sure that your portfolio moves up. You want to gain on Bitcoin. You don't want to lose against Bitcoin. Hey George, can you look at NFT economy? No description. App-based marketplace for premium licensed digital collectibles. Rare one-of-a-kind digital collectibles. Okay, so they're like an NFT app, NFT platform. Why did they not mention NFTs at all? That's really weird. So they have their own wallet. I mean, that sounds good. Obviously, these are NFTs, right? So why did they not say NFTs? And they're only on one exchange, Bit4x. So yeah, that's gonna hold them back quite a lot. And I still don't know why they don't say NFTs. Evangel, appreciate that. People keep asking about Muse, but the one with the bad font was also it, right? Or you keep talking about the website. So why is it not on? If you already okay, I'm not even gonna look at it. If you already know more about Muse than I do, because it's not on CMC, then if you believe in a project, then yeah, it's good. But I looked at it before. I wasn't very fascinated with it. It's just an NFT marketplace that looks a little bit fancier. That's about it. And there's a lot of NFT marketplaces. So I feel bad for the guy that paid me $50 to look at Muse yesterday, or $100 to look at Muse yesterday, and I looked at the wrong site. I feel bad. Okay, just because of that, I'm going to show it, because I feel bad now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't know why this is so fascinating to some people. Create a pool of tokenized NFTs, swap it, and I don't get why you want to stake in NFT pools. I still don't understand it. Someone needs to explain to me. I still haven't found why you want to create pools of NFTs and stake against it. I like to know that. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what to think about that. OGFY, if you scroll on, board, you'll see VP, a digital company hanging on the wall. Nike. Well, that's actually not Nike. That's just a knockoff of Nike, but All right. Yeah, I Nervous Network. It's some kind of new blockchain that I haven't looked at yet, so can't really comment on it. GeoAddy asked about Engine. Engine is an NFT, so first one to get approval in Japan for integration into games, so that's pretty big. Mastermind asked about PunDX. I know that they've been coming up. I'm not a big fan of Pundi. I think their competition is too high. Limitless, that's my secret, buddy. But a very important thing is to look at the team and look at their adoption and look at overall what they're trying to do. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense what they're trying to do. Duracraft asked about what about Dodo or Elron? Well, which one do you prefer? Brian Lynn, appreciate it. They're both. I know a lot more about Elron. Elron is up and coming. They're doing good things. Dodo is a new AMM, but it's not an AMM. It's like, I forgot what they call it, MMM or something. It's not really the same, but it's in the same premise. Staking and also trading, and it is listed on Binance, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Elron is doing fine. They're doing good partnerships. They're up and coming. They have DeFi plays coming to them, right? And I've always said, Binance is going to carry Elron far because Elron's founders are investors into Binance. Have you looked into Reef? I'm just neutral on Reef. They're not done. They're like the ultimate DeFi play for Polkadot, but they're not done yet. So, yeah. Thoughts on Solana? They solved the gas fee issue. I like Solana. Again, they have a lot of promise, a lot more exciting things. Just like people keep asking about Algorand. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what exciting thing that they're working on. But like Solana, for example, has a lot of exciting things. I hear about news about like dApp makers, DeFi projects moving to it all the time. And same thing with Elrond. A lot of these blockchains, they don't just go up by accident. They go up because there's actually something going on, right, that people care about. But a lot of them, they don't generate enough press. So basically, they're just stagnant. Look at Solana. Solana was like, I didn't even hear about Solana like a month ago, and they jumped up so fast, and now they're in top 20. They're even above my beloved VeChain, which should be way higher, right? And that's because they have a lot of things going on. So, I mean, these guys that climb up the charts, they don't do it by accident. They actually do have a lot of traction. Jordan, no, it turned out to be my sump pump, which was actually a lot worse. That's why I'm so tired. I'm dead. I won't get off this stream. I'm actually really, really dead here. Brian Lynn, again, I appreciate that. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. Bitcoin went up a little higher, 46.5. So good recovery from our 43, but let's see if it can continue. Let's see if it could get back up to 48, 50,000 by tomorrow. I did list four bullish things that I think will help Bitcoin this coming week. So we'll see if it's true. Obviously tonight, talked about Kevin, dispelled some FUD, and overall showed you guys the long-term trajectory of Bitcoin, which is much, much higher. And Luna says Terra is announcing its Anchor protocol for savings in a few days. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, if they come out with a savings or staking mechanism for their stable coins, that'll be good. Obviously, you want to stake Luna too. That'll be really good. Yeah, interesting. Thanks for sharing that. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned to my stream tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.